Hi, today I'm going to share with you a fairly frugal recipe that my family loves. It's called a Pork Cottage Roll. It's a type of meat that is already cured in a brine, and we get it from the grocery store, and you boil it with seasonings. You put onions, carrots, cabbage in there, and we usually serve it with mashed potatoes and a side veggie, as I'm usually the only one that likes the cabbage and the carrots, and 3 of 4 will eat the onions. So you should serve mashed potatoes and probably a can of peas or corn with it. But it's something that can go on sale in my area um, every couple months for about $2.99 a pound or less. So anything under $4 a pound, in my opinion, for most meats is a pretty good price. Anything under $2 a pound for chicken legs or pieces is also a good price for my area. So come with me as I show you how I'm going to prepare it. What I like about this meal is that it's basically, well, 2 pots. 1 pot for everything and then 1 pot to make mashed potatoes. So in here I have about 3/4 of a cabbage. This will all cook down when I put the other ingredients in. Here's some carrots. There's about 6 medium carrots. I sliced them into not really thin slices because they're going to be cooking for an hour. The purple carrots will kind of turn everything kind of purple, so not a big deal. That's why I'm not putting potatoes in here. You can throw your potatoes in here and have just a boiled supper, but we like it with mashed potatoes. So this might turn the cabbage purple, maybe even the pork a little purpley. It's not going to change anything, but these are vegetables I got from the farm. I get from a CSA co-op veggie thing, and so I'm using what I have. I have yellow carrots and purple carrots today, so about 6 medium, but you can do whatever you like. My family's not a big carrot people, so I'll be eating these. Maybe my husband and daughter, one of them might eat them. Like, everybody will get some on their plate, but whether they like them and eat them is another thing. But they definitely add flavor to the pork. And here is about 8 little onions, little to medium. I just quartered them and put them in here. So here is the Fletcher's Pork Cottage Roll. They've been around for 100 years. Sweet pickled cottage rolls. $6.59 a kilogram, which is $2.99 a pound. $10.49. So some families might say this is 2 meals worth, but I'm being realistic. My family loves this meat, and they will come back for seconds. So even though there might be, kilogram, 1.5 kilograms of meat, my family will eat this pretty much. Like, it shrinks down because there's lots of fat in here, and it boils. So I'm going to put this, open up the package with the juices, and fill up the pot here with water, and I'm going to put my seasonings in. So this will be about a $15 meal for my family because of the meat price. Because the potatoes, the onions, the carrots, the cabbage, all were under $1 each. So, okay. So here I just put it in the pot and just trying to get it covered. I covered it with water while I filled up the pot with water. See, it's right to the top there. Just trying to move the vegetables at the bottom so I can push the meat down, because that's more important than the vegetables to be covered, because they'll all shrink down in the water anyways. And all you do is you put some bay leaves, a few, and it says peppercorns. I'm just going to put some pepper, ground pepper, so I'm not going to go try and find my peppercorns. To taste. We like pepper. and some garlic. I'm going to use some chopped garlic I got from Costco. And you can see I'm measuring it so accurately. Again, we like garlic. So, let's make sure that's all covered. And then I'm going to put this to boil for 2 hours. If you have a pressure cooker, or like, you know, one of those Instant Pot things, you cook it long, much shorter. Whatever your thing says. You could also put this in a crock pot too. What's great with this is that it makes a wonderful broth. So after we scoop it all out for supper, there's a wonderful broth here that I can make like a bean soup or pea soup with. And it's wonderful flavor, like, So, I'm going to put the lid on and turn this on to about medium heat, because I don't want anything burning on the bottom. And that's it. That was just, I boiled pasta earlier and I didn't clean the pot lid. So there we go. That's going to cook for 2 hours. In the meantime, I'm just going to peel and boil potatoes and mash those up. I'll show you the finished product at the end. So this has been cooking for about an hour and a half. As you can see, the water color is reddish from the purple carrots. Just using my sharp knife to kind of show you the meat. It's wrapped in this elastic mesh thing because it's basically wrapped to make it look round, like a roast, but see, it's all kind of fallen out. And I'm going to take, just going to grab a fork. No, not quite ready. Usually it just like literally falls off. That's why it's in the mesh. So it's not quite cooked enough. Just gonna try a piece. Get a piece out. Still has, depending on the recipe you look at, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'm gonna try a piece. Still a bit on the chewy side, but I like it more. Just gonna let it cook a little bit longer, and then I'll show it to you all dished up once the potatoes are mashed. I just took them off the stove, letting them cool so that I can peel the skins off. Here's the cooked potatoes that I'm just letting cool so I can peel the skins, because then I don't have to spend time peeling potatoes. But they're too hot to touch right now. So here's the potatoes. I just really mash them. Got some milk, and then I melted some butter because the potatoes are not hot. And then I'm just going to mash this until relatively smooth. Might need to add more milk. If I had a handheld mixer, I'd do it in here, or put it in my mixing bowl in my KitchenAid, but that just means one more thing to get dirty, so I'm just using the same pot the potatoes were boiling. So here is the pork. You can see how it's literally falling apart. That's what you want. And then you just cut the strings. Let's steam it up. Let's see if I can hold a fork with my hand that's holding the camera. Keep it still. There. Cut all the strings. There you go. Elastics. And it literally like falls apart. Now this is what you want. It tastes super tender, flavorful, super duper yummy. And that's the vegetables. I'm going to show you how this is going to look on a plate. And here is the dished up plate. So I chopped up the pork cottage roll into pieces. That's the cabbage and carrots and onions and the mashed potatoes and some canned Del Monte brand of peas and carrots. This is my plate, that's why there's cabbage. My family will choose if they'll have how much cabbage they'll have. Since the potatoes are cold, I'm going to put a little bit of butter on the potatoes and microwave the plate so that everything's all hot at once for a minute. But there you go. I am going to be, and there's lots of potatoes and meat, and that's a lot of meat, so we get like, you could feed at least 6 people with it, but my family likes seconds, so we're going to feed 4. Hopefully there'll be leftovers, but I won't be here tonight when my husband and my oldest are here, so my youngest and I are eating first. And we'll see how it goes. But the whole meal, including the cans of vegetables, costs about $15. Potatoes, maybe I used about $1 worth of potatoes, and the cabbage was $1. I didn't use the whole cabbage. The carrots, I don't know, they came in my CSA, but let's say $1 worth of carrots. So 1, 2, let's say 2.5. The meat was 10, and the cans were like 80 cents each. So 2 cans of vegetables. So definitely under $15. And that's Canadian. So click like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. Bye, friends.